The evolution of the real estate profession. The roots of the real estate broker profession in the United States trace back to the early 1900s. In 1890, attempts were made to establish the first real estate association in the country, marking the initial efforts to formalize home sales. Despite the failure of this early attempt, it paved the way for the establishment of the National Association of Real Estate Exchanges in 1908, which played a pivotal role in shaping the real estate industry. The era of curbstoners. Before the regulatory framework was established in 1919, there were no stringent rules governing who could work as a real estate broker. Consequently, there were no licenses or professional certifications required, leading to questionable practices in the field of home brokerage. I am sure you can imagine what unethical people did. During this period, individuals engaging in home brokerage were referred to as curbstoners or curbsmen. These curbstoners employed a tactic of placing multiple placards at the front of homes, hoping that homeowners looking to sell would choose one of these curbstoners to facilitate the sale. It is kind of a backward way of getting a possible listing. This practice, although informal, marked a significant chapter in the history of real estate, highlighting the unregulated nature of the profession during that time. The traditional evolution of real estate sales. A once shadowy practice known as curbstoning faded into obscurity, paving the way for a new era in real estate sales. As curbstoning's dubious influence waned, a professional standard emerged from its remnants. Real estate agents, now guided by ethical principles, began to earn the trust of home sellers. These agents approached homeowners respectfully, seeking their permission to represent their properties. The newfound integrity in the industry led to a surge in trust from home sellers, who willingly entrusted their homes to this new breed of real estate professionals. In prominent cities like Baltimore, St. Louis, and Chicago, individual real estate agents secured exclusive contracts, making them popular figures among both buyers and sellers. This shift towards professionalism brought about standardized practices such as open houses and walkthroughs, becoming the accepted norm in the real estate market. In the early 20th century, a novel concept emerged: the open house. It spanned several weeks, inviting the public into homes to showcase the latest innovations, like electric lighting and modern kitchen layouts, which transformed houses into coveted abodes. Around 1925, the National Real Estate Journal introduced the idea of staging homes with furnishings, allowing potential buyers to envision themselves already settled. By the 1930s and 1940s, real estate agents leveraged open houses to establish networks, showcasing multiple homes to interested buyers. If one property didn't suit their tastes, agents could present alternatives from their pool of listings, increasing the likelihood of a successful sale. The post-World War II era, specifically the 1940s and 1950s, witnessed an unprecedented real estate boom. Returning soldiers sought homes to start families, leading to a rapid turnover in the housing market. This period also marked the first usage of the term realtor, with a surge in female real estate agents. Then, in 1952, a groundbreaking development occurred in Dallas, Texas, the introduction of model homes. These meticulously crafted residences provided a tangible glimpse into finished living spaces, allowing thousands of potential buyers to visualize another unit awaiting construction, shaping the future of home sales. Do you consider yourself well-versed in marketing strategies and real estate customer relationship management tools? Perhaps it's time to delve into the extensive history of your profession. Modern real estate agents are the product of millennia of societal evolution, playing a pivotal role in one of life's most significant milestones. From the nomadic wanderings of ancient tribes to the development of established suburbs, the narrative of the housing industry is a captivating journey that can surprise even the most seasoned real estate professionals. A glimpse into real estate's past. Around 12,000 years ago, during the era of nomadic tribes, the concept of real estate and real estate agents was far from the popular notion we have today. It wasn't until approximately 8,000 BC, when humanity transitioned to agrarian societies, that the foundations of real estate were laid. As people settled down, permanent residences emerged, providing safety, stability, and a sense of community. Over time, these settlements evolved into towns and cities, paving the way for the emergence of rulers such as kings and pharaohs. These leaders introduced a tenancy system, allocating land to their acquaintances and family members while imposing rent and taxes on local peasants. Some industrious peasants managed to accumulate wealth through trade agreements, giving rise to merchants, tradesmen, and skilled laborers. With their newfound prosperity, they constructed and rented out homes and shops, becoming the earliest recognized landlords. Although these merchants didn't own the land outright, their status and wealth grew substantially through the rental income generated from their properties. Following the decline of the aristocracy, a meritocratic system largely took charge of real estate management. The concept of land ownership gained prominence and assumed political significance as the land was introduced to the free market for the first time in history. It's essential to acknowledge that while this shift theoretically made land more accessible, property sales remained confined to individuals with significant wealth and social status. Unfortunately, this meant that women and people of color were systematically excluded from the opportunity to own homes and land. Chaos might aptly characterize a thriving real estate broker during the 1980s. Back then, there was a certain pride in the disorder, as brokers meticulously clipped listings from newspapers and adorned walls with printed property options. It was a peculiar art form, marked by the strategic placement of post-it notes that would eventually vanish as apartments were claimed and more would go up. Landline phones, complete with extensions, were an agent's most trusted tool, and walk-in prospects were the norm. Can you imagine doing business from a phone attached to a wall in a building you had to go to answer it? However, the landscape of real estate agents and their clientele has significantly transformed since those days. Today, merely being the first one in the office no longer suffices for real estate agents. In the modern landscape, agents are expected to excel in diverse areas such as marketing, networking, real estate know-how, and technology proficiency. Falling short in any of these skills could mean lagging behind the competition. The traditional notion of all agents working exclusively from an office space is rapidly becoming obsolete. Customers now prefer the convenience of reaching out to agents directly on their mobile phones, and many agents themselves favor the flexibility of working from the comfort of their homes. Additionally, brokerages, facing financial constraints, encourage agents to work remotely and leverage available tools. In this evolving scenario, referrals are the lifeblood of a successful agent. Hence, cultivating satisfied customers who are eager to spread the word to their neighbors and family is paramount. As an agent, the key is not only finding exceptional apartments for your clients, but also curating a delightful, comprehensive experience throughout their city-dwelling search. So, that last paragraph had the words customer and client. A customer is a past client or a prospective client. When you, as an agent, are in a relationship to purchase or sell a property, then they are your clients. Once the transaction is over, they become your friends or customers that you continue to nurture until the next transaction. Remember that confidentiality never ends. Discovering that achieving success as a real estate agent requires a full-time commitment can be a tough realization. Have you ever wondered why real estate firms don't prioritize investing more in their agents' education? The blunt reality boils down to two words: agent turnover. In the past, individuals didn't need a license to receive payment for their services as real estate agents. Years ago, men and women would hear of someone who wanted to sell or purchase a home. They would try to work it out without computers, ads in newspapers, and word of mouth. Then it got a little bigger, so brokerages started, and three-ring binders were put together with the homes people wanted to sell. That got a little out of hand, so microfiche slides were invented, and that took less time to search through listings than turning pages in a binder. Have you ever heard of the listing printout being called a plano? That word came from the planographic machine. Technology has come a long way. Map books to apps on cell phones, landline phones with extensions to personal cell phones, Zoom, FaceTime, and video chats. It is wonderful to be able to connect with so many people now with the touch of a button. Not so long ago, you had to map your preview of homes from a Thomas Guide map book. It was cumbersome and time-consuming to map out the way you would show 5 homes, how long to get there, and then to the next homes what routes you would use. It was an inch thick and showed a block of streets on each page. It is so simple now with aligned and the touch of a button.